All right. Welcome to the third iteration or episode or whatever you want to call it of this live stream where I'm building the Hyper IO website from the design that we have and using SvelteKit and Tailwind CSS. My name's Tom Wilson. I'm the CEO and founder of Hyper IO. And today I am working to build a website using the beta version of SvelteKit and 2.1 of Tailwind, both technologies I am fairly new to. And so I felt like this might be beneficial for myself to improve, but others that are wanting to work with these technologies and build SSR style websites. And to look at some progress to date, we have the homepage, and we started with the navigation, and we've got that up there. And then we've got kind of this splash screen here with some buttons and a nice graphic. And so we kind of did that in the last one. And then today, or a few days ago, I think today, really worked on some of these other bits of the homepage, the problem here, and taking this graphic and I pulled it from Figma as SVG. So our Figma design is right here, and taking the awesome graphics that our design team created and just porting them over to the web. And here we've got this nice SVG with the like connectors here following our text. So kind of worked on that and got the line down here. And now today I'm working on this ports component. And the ports component allows us to switch between each port. And as we switch, it kind of shows the description of the port and a title and some more info and then a little graphic. So that's what I'm working on today. And it's actually a Svelte component over here to the right. And this Svelte component is using an array to iterate through the port. So if if I was to click, let me finish this real quick. So I'm just putting all the metadata right here. We may choose to put it somewhere else, but for right now, just putting it in the script block. Uh, and the color I think is purple for this one. We'll find out. Let's see, we need close that. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now we've got short search port showing. And if we change active to 0, it should flip to data port. So, and we need to make sure we get our fonts specified in that as well. But the first thing we want to do is be able to, kind of click on each one of these buttons and have it kind of switch between this port metadata, and it'll control like the text, the um, description, the image, and etc. So let's do that. We'll just create a function. And what I'm going to do is create a higher order function. So we'll say show port, and it'll take a number for the port, and then we're going to return a function that will actually be our click handler. And then we'll just make active equal to the number. And what that should allow us to do, I don't know why my tabbing is off. Uh, Crazy. What that should allow us to do is just basically on click here, enter in. I just got my function semantics wrong. Either use the double arrow or don't use the double arrow, right? Okay. Now we can just go on click and just call show port 0, right? And then down here we can do on click show port 1. And what's going to happen is it's going to, call that function and return and set up a closure and then return a function that'll handle the event on click. And that just makes things a little bit easier to read for me. Your mileage may vary, but I like this. So we've got 3 defined. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. So we've defaulted active to 0. We click on port 2, port 3. Oops, port 3. So that is purple. We got data, search, and cache. And we want to make sure we make the font correct. Let's see. Down here, let's do space. Okay. So we've got data, got search, cache, and we just need to add storage and queue. And the cache needs to have a background of purple. So let's see. Yep. We just have to add our class kind of ternaries. So the ternary is just basically saying if active equals X, then make the color whatever. Oops. Okay. So this is purple. So if active equals 2, we would do purple. Purple. And just active equals 2. And let me check something. I think okay. I'm just getting hit on Slack a little bit, but I think I'm gonna check for that later. So let's check and see if this cache one works. We didn't break anything. Now if we hit cache, oops, storage port. We added it to the wrong one. That's cool. Let's change that. Okay. Now we click cache, we click search. Cool. And if we have time, we can try to add some animations. I'm just going to stick a dummy description in just to give us some length. Oh, crap. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, now let's just go ahead and complete storage and queue really quick. Okay, so this is storage. That's number 4. And the image is storage port. Change the link to storage. And the color is, let's see what the color is. It's not red. It's blue. Okay, yeah, blue. And we've got Q. Come on. Okay, and that's number 4. Q port, Q. And I know this one's red. Okay, let's see about that. And we can add our one click, show port 3. One click, show port 4. Right? Then all we need to do is add our class ternaries. And this one will be active equals 3. And the color will be blue. Equals 3. Blue equals 3. Okay. Okay. Now we got one more to go. Just do the whole thing. Okay. Now we just need to do active equals 4. Instead of blue, we will do red. Okay. So that's a lot, but I think we've got it. That's our buttons. Let's see. Search, cache, storage, and queue. Yes. And I need to maybe modify that SVG a little bit. It shouldn't be that low with everything else up there. Looks like that SVG is a lot of white space on it or something. Now there's this one piece here, and I'll work on that later. Um, and we'll grab this all SVG and create that. And we'll create it in our static folder, call it all SVG, be our all image. It's a lot of data there. We made it. Cool. So in all in one, we want a section and everything's kind of centered. So we'll just do that on the index2.svelte page. We're still working in our main. We'll just create a new section. And we'll use flex and do flex columns and items center. That's right. And we'll do H5 paper power. And we'll do an H1 all in one. And we'll do a paragraph. Contains all of the services. So a service framework contains all of the service primitives to build applications without having to deal with servers. Services are clouds. And we need a button. And we need our image. For work. Okay, let's see how that turned out. We got Hyperpower. Cool. Well, we got things in the center. That's good. Can do some spacing. Um, let's just space this section down. Let's do 24. Margin top 24. And then from hyperpower all in one, we'll do margin top 16. And then paragraph, do margin top 12. And we'll do width 44. Maybe let's do 1/2 for that. And text center. Then button styles, margin top 16. Let's do margin bottom 24. Let's see. Button, maybe we're not passing styles. There we go. Right. So that looks good. Let's see what else we can do. FAQs, and then testimonials, and then the footer. Okay. So FAQs will probably want to, um, I don't know, we'll create a section here. We can always break it out. And it's centered just like this one. So we'll do flex, flex column, items, center, and we'll just start margin 24. And the Q's looks like an H1. Can't find the answer looking for each to our support team. And we want to make this red and underline. that. And then we probably want to put in top 16. Margin bottom 24. Really 8. Doesn't look like there's much there. Okay, and then we would add our FAQs, which would be FAQ span slot equals question. What is hyper? Right. Span slot equals answer a service framework. And AQ. All right. It looks like this section has a background of white smoke. So let's do that. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Okay, we can maybe do some padding here. I'll do that and some margin. Let's do margin 16, padding 8. Let's see. Control the width. Our FAQ. Let's do this. And we want to put some space in between. Do full. It's getting super slow. I get a new computer. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll throw this in a div, make it flex column, and then we'll say space x equals 16. What that should do is put spacers between all of these FAQ components. Should just space them out. Then we could do width 2/3. Well, that didn't kind of happen like I thought it would happen. For that, but I just do this for now. Okay. Wonder why. Oh, text, right? I'll probably add text. At least it did underline. Cool. So that's our FAQs for now. And let's see if we can't knock out the last section. Well, two more sections. We have testimonials, and we have so we've got this image right here. Make sure it grabs the whole thing. Mm, Don't know if it grabbed just the image or I think it might have grabbed too much. Okay, that was way too much. I guess I gotta wait for it to finish. I'll break it. All right. Well, for the most part, with this one, I'm gonna do the same thing with these buttons here, this pagination buttons. Create a separate testimonials component, and as you click through each one of these buttons, it'll give you a different testimonial. Um, then you have the get starting page, and then the footer. Just break that into columns, probably using Flexbox again, and do all of these things. So, yes. Um, so we'll work on that, and then once I get that done, I'll maybe do another stream tomorrow um, as we go to mobile because I think that'll be interesting as well. Um, when we do mobile, we'll have to kind of hide all the non-mobile stuff and show the mobile stuff with a drop down and all that. So hopefully I can stream about that tomorrow because I think that'll be interesting to see how that comes together. And yeah, think think that is it for today. Thanks for tuning in. And if you have any questions about anything, please hit me up in the comments. And look forward to doing another one of these tomorrow. Thanks.